My name is Laura Hummers. I'm an Associate Professor of Medicine in the Division of Rheumatology. I'm the Co-Director of Johns Hopkins Scleroderma Center and the Clinical Director for the Division of Rheumatology. My interest in scleroderma is in being able to predict better how patients might do long-term with scleroderma and who might develop specific complications of scleroderma. And we do that by looking at features of their scleroderma at the early part of their disease, and also looking at markers and features in their blood samples, and use those things to allow us to better be able to predict who might develop a specific complication of scleroderma, who might do better in one aspect of their scleroderma than other patients, because that'll help not only us better take care of the patients, but will help the patients understand what might be expected in the future. Scleroderma is a very heterogeneous disease. Every patient is at least a little different from each other, but in some instances very different from one another. So there's not a one-size-fits-all plan for every patient with scleroderma. So our research is focused on trying to understand what each patient's individual course might look like. That'll help the patient long term, and it will help us understand the disease better. Seeing the ability for just education of our patients to make a difference in how they perceive their disease, how they self-manage their disease, how they understand their disease, I can see that day to day making an impact on the patient and how they're feeling. And that, in the long term, I think is a really important piece of what we do here, because we see such rare diseases, but we see many patients with these rare diseases will often have insights into their disease that other physicians that they see may not have. And it's really that interaction with the patient and educating them on some of these points that really makes a difference, I think, when we see our patients here. So I first became interested in rheumatology in medical school. I had the opportunity over one summer to work with a talented group of rheumatologists on a research project. And I spent the summer seeing patients with them in clinic and in the hospital and working on a research project. And what struck me about the rheumatologists that I was working with is the complexity of the patients that they were seeing, and the breadth of knowledge that these rheumatologists had, not only within their field of these complex rheumatic diseases, but also in general medicine in general. They had such a wide array of knowledge, and I really decided that was the kind of physician I wanted to be. They also have the opportunity, because most rheumatic diseases are chronic, to follow patients longitudinally and really have a long-term impact on patient care, and that was another appealing feature of rheumatology for me. I came to Johns Hopkins because I really like the concept of patient care and research really occurring together in the same place, with people who were interested in taking care of patients, particularly long-term care of patients with chronic rheumatic diseases, but that was combined with research that was occurring in the clinics in real time that really is focused on patient benefit, and not just kind of lab understanding of rheumatic diseases. So I really could see where the research was going to have an impact on the patients that I was seeing in the clinic.